Hello YouTube, SlayerJesse here. Welcome back to another ChimeraLand video. Today we'll be going over how to build the pet arena. Now, the issue that I've run into is that there's not a lot of guides on how to do it, and then on top of that, there's some trial and error. So I'm going to help kind of take out the error that I run into with my version anyways. Makes it a lot easier. But the basic structure is going to be 3 by 7, and we're going to start by putting out a base because you want this on a flat area. So low base or high base, it doesn't matter. But 1, 2, 3. Three. And this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll just fill the rest out with this low base. Alright, once you got your first set down, whichever base you wanted to use, we're going to go ahead and build the tall rock on top of it. It has to be the tall rock. Alright, and then since we're already got the tall rock block out, we'll stick it at the very end here. Now, after that, we can go ahead and on top of those tall rocks, we're going to build a wall. Because this is where your pet's going to be. Now, as much as I like the game, sometimes building on the PC can be troublesome. So actually, I do most of my building on the phone. So put that there, and there. And now we've this is where the pet will be, and we've enclosed. But we're not quite done yet with the enclosure, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next part. Now, from here in the middle, you have 1, 2, 3. We're going to disassemble that, then go over one more block to skip, and disassemble this next bit. And then disassemble, 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 disassemble. This is going to be the pit that our other monster is going to be in. Come on, work with me here, keyboard. And in the pit, we're going to go ahead and put the wall up here, so they can't move around or escape. And the importance of this is going to be your center block. And I like to kind of just make that a different color. You can keep it the same because we'll be doing some more to it, to the arena, to help make it foolproof for people trying to figure out how to set up your pets. Alright, down in the pit that we made, we're going to use a railing. I do the low stairs. You can pick whichever one. Just make sure they're the low, and don't do the low stairs with the base. in it. Just do the regular stairs, the ones you can see through. I usually use rock because that's what I have on hand, but you can use whatever building material you want. Rock, and rock. This is going to allow the beast to kind of stand here, but not able to attack up there for hitting our pet. And now we're almost done. The last thing we're going to add is railing. The handrails. And again, I'm choosing rock, but you can choose what you like. You put this up here to stop the attack. It's going to block things for you up here for your pet, and again also keeps them in this area for moving. Now, one additional thing that I do, and I highly recommend doing this, is at the end here we're going to add a railing here and a railing here. And I'll show you why. But this is my setup for the home glitch. Now, excuse me, I adjust. The reason why I have this railing here is because a lot of guys just have you stand here and say, okay, you put your monster here, and then you devour, and everything should be copacetic, but it's not always. This puts you at the right spot every time. So, the end of this stone railing, there is a column. Stand at the column, and you will pull out the pets. Now, of course, this works with the fort defense. I haven't tried this with a lot of other ones, but fort defense are usually what you try to devour for EXP. But he pops up on here. You're just gonna ride him down straight until he pops off that column, just like that. See, he's all the way off. Then hop off of him. Then take yourself and put yourself on this part of the column. And then you hop off of it. The devour should pop up. If it doesn't, you can turn a little bit. But after that, just go ahead and devour. And that'll put your pet up there, and then the monster you're trying to devour down here. You see that he does not get hit, the black horse, or she. But it is damaging the fort defense. And it's really sad because the black horse is, for some reason, I don't know, it just seems so underpowered. Mine cannot take out the fort defense. Even at level 40. And there's plenty of other beasts that I have, little pets that I have that can. But let's say you want to level something else up and they're not as strong. If said pet has a kind of like a long range attack, for example, let's pull up the pets and go with the, well, Blush Puff. This pet's pretty popular right now. This can take out the fort defense without using the arena, but just for the sake of argument, pull her out, hop on, ride them down, come to the other side, right here, and devour. So it's the same situation, but you see the fort defense is stuck down there. Their attacks can't attack, and normally smaller pets can't reach because they end up hitting the blockade. But because Blush Puff has this AoE attack that just kind of explodes, it hits the fort defense. And something else that you could do this with is probably the Mamba. or some of the dinosaurs as well, because a lot of them have ranged attacks. So anything that has a ranged attack that isn't that doesn't shoot straight can usually do this. I'm trying to think of what other pets could. I'm pretty sure the mamba can. We'll give it a try though. You can't do this with like the leoback or the snow bear. So summon, ride down. Over to the other side and devour. So yeah, see, the Mamba's main attack doesn't hit, even though it is arched, but it has the exploding attack, the extra one that it can shoot off, and that one does hit. This one right here, the 3 orbs. So yeah, when pets have that extra attack that can do something a little bit different, then usually they can pull this off. Or if they're higher up with their attacks, then they can, by higher up I mean they're where it's coming out of their body, kind of like the horse. So the horse's attack comes out a little bit higher up on the body, so it can clear the range. But anything that you can kind of experiment. Anything that has something with a super arch can pull this off. We'll see if the dino can. I know like the stone hippo thing, the stone hippo, I know that can, because they have a unique attack animation. We'll see if we'll use my last one here. I mean, I did collect these for the sake of the video. I actually don't use the arena personally, because outside of curiosity, I was curious one day and I decided to see if it actually worked. But I don't personally use it, because your pets, if you use them in the game, they just kind of level up naturally. Okay, so I was curious how this would play out. I've not done this with the Velociraptor. I know they have a ranged attack, and apparently can, but I think it's just still a little too weak. But yeah, in my case, I normally just work my pets up the normal way, because I trap and I get lots of excess monsters. So I just let them devour the things that I get that I don't use, even if it's just level 1, because it's EXP. Wow, I'm very surprised. What level is this Velociraptor? Level 29? Oh, okay, so that's not super surprising, I guess. But I feel like without this arena, the Velociraptor would have definitely would have died by now, much like the horse. But as you can see, it works fairly well with a lot of pets. Look at that. Well, yeah, so that was honestly surprising. And of course it knocked me off. Let's see how much experience it got. All the way up to 44%. Is that a level per chance? Yep, and a level. So it gained like a full level. But that's it. That's all there is to the pet arena. Again, use this if you like. I consider this to be a glitch, and that's another reason why I don't normally do it, because it's kind of like taking advantage of game mechanics, and that can be bannable by a lot of games. So use this at your own risk. This is how you make it, but again, I advise against it. If you have a pet, chances are you're going to level that pet pretty easily just by having it out. I mean, you get experience for riding your pet. It's not a big it's not hard to level them normally. But you know, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask down below in the comments. If you want to see any specific videos, just let me know and I'll see what I can do with them. Till then, see ya.